Yo, I'm so tired of seeing this take. When people say hip hop is dead, they're basically admitting they don't listen to indie or underground rap, which by all accounts is flying right now, plus resulting in albums so great that we'll be speaking about them for 50 plus years. Stop being so dependent on a dying major label system. All right, so firstly, I don't think hip hop is dead, but I think hip hop is in a very poor spot right now. Like, there are barely any new acts that are gaining traction. And even the underground acts, I think I'm alone on this, but even the underground acts, like, they're not dropping music as good as what they were dropping in 2018, 2019. I wouldn't say hip hop is dead, but it's at one of the lowest points it's been at in recent history, for sure. And this whole theory that, yo, if you say hip hop is not doing great right now, then you're admitting you don't listen to indie or underground rap, which, saying as someone like me, who my channel is based on indie and underground rap, like, yo, you just don't listen to it. But I do, though. And I still have the opinion that hip hop is in a very poor state right now. Very poor releases, mid, average, like above average type releases. I think of the best album that you've heard this year, the best 3 albums, if you've even heard any. Is one of those 3 albums just like kind of just above average? And this is the best you've heard in terms of hip hop. I bet at least one of those 3, your top 3 of 2024, if you can even think of 3, one of them is just above average. And look at the artists you're mentioning. Is that one of their best works? Like, is this one of the best albums they've dropped? Are people really dropping the best work that they've dropped? So this is my response. I keep hearing people say this. Then they list names. Like, oh, so they'll say this. They'll be like, yo, indie and underground is doing great. You just need to dig. You're too lazy. You don't like to look for music. Then they'll name. I'll be like, okay, so who's hot right now? It's always the same people. We'll get to that later. Then they list names, but the projects those rappers dropped aren't anywhere as good compared to what they were dropping 4 or 6 years ago. Not only that, but it's 90% the same names from 7 to 10 years ago. It just further proves the point that the genre is stagnant right now. Facts. That boy's spitting. And here's my case in point. So someone in that thread, they say, yo, please drop some names. I'm starving. So it's not just me who's like, yo, where's the music, right? It's others too. Same names, Makami. This is a dude from 7 to 10 years ago. Sure, is he dropping music still? Great. I mean, it's perfectly fine. I expect him to drop music. But let's look at the names. Makami, Ka, who passed away recently, RIP Ka, Rock Marcy, Mike. Just the first 4 names. These people are not new. Mike, I've been listening to Mike since like 2015, 2016, something like that. This guy's like 10 plus years in the game. Rock Marcy has been around forever. Rock Marcy is not currently dropping his best work. Marcy's best stuff was Rosebud's Revenge, the Dark Knight Project, Dark Horse, I forget what it's called. Behold the Dark Horse. Ka's recent album wasn't his best album. Like, Ka had dropped music better than that. Makami, I mean, come on. McKinley Dixon. So to their credit, I've never heard of this person. Gaius Guevara. Never heard of this person. So to their credit, they're naming at least some newer folks. Pink Saifu, we've been hearing about Pink Saifu for years. D2X, another new name. Mavi, guy we've been hearing about for years. Bruiser Wolf, a guy we've been hearing about for years. Billy Woods, Elucid, like all these. I don't want to make it seem like I don't appreciate these guys' music, but these are the same guys, like at least more than half the list. These are the same people when people were talking about the underground scene in 2016. This is all the same people. Makami, Cobb, Marcy, Rock, Mike, Billy Woods. Like, man, I first heard of Billy Woods like in 2012. It's the same people, and this just proves the point that the genre is stagnant. And to further my point, who are the biggest rappers right now? The biggest rappers and the rappers who are really winning right now. People pretend, people got to stop saying, hip hop, it's a young man's game. It's a young man's game. The biggest hip hop artists are like 40 and up right now. 40 years old or older. Name a young hip hop artist, I'm talking about 18 and 25, who's popping, who's charting, sales, platinum records. I mean, name them. I could be wrong. The biggest artists right now are the 40 years old plus. 50 Cent, he just got a residency in Las Vegas. That's one of the highest honors you can get, is to get a residency. Ice Cube, he just performed Game 2 opening of the Dodgers versus Yankees in the World Series. That's huge. Dr. Dre, Eminem, 50 Cent, they just did the Super Bowl halftime show a couple years ago. The first rappers to do it. Why didn't they pick a new rapper to do that? Oh, because there are none. That's really gaining traction like that. There are none. Like, and think about who are the biggest rappers in the world right now. Kendrick, who's going on 40. How old is Kendrick? Yeah, 37. Drake, who's what, 38. J. Cole, who's probably already 40. Yeah. And these are like the main names. Like if you're on hip hop media, these are the guys when you talk about them, everyone is going to pay attention to what you have to say. Future, 40 years old. How old is Nicki Minaj? About 42? Like the biggest rappers right now are 40 plus. There's a couple who are not Doja Cat, but she about to be 30. Megan Thee Stallion, about to be 30. Where is this hip hop is a young man's game? People been saying this for years. Where's the proof? The rappers who are doing the biggest stadiums, the rappers who are selling the most, these guys are like damn near 40 plus. At the very least 30 plus. And the same rappers who were big 15 years ago, the same like big three from 15 years ago is the same big three right now. No one has come to take their spot. No one has even challenged it. The rapper that came closest to challenging the big three, the Drakes, the Wiz Khalifa, the Big Sean's, Kendrick, Cole, Nicki, Future, the rappers that has come the closest, the newer ones, is what, Lil Uzi Vert? Who else? NBA Youngboy? I mean, name some. Help me out here. This whole hip hop is a young man's sport. It's just not true right now. Hip hop, the older artists are eating the most off of hip hop right now. Who did the Yankee Stadium for game 4, game 3? It was Fat Joe, right? Old rapper. The 40-year-old plus rappers are winning right now. And even what's the biggest album to drop this year? Arguably, one of them, Chromacopia by Tyler. He's 33. Okay, he's not 40 yet. He's 33. So where is this hip hop is a young man's game? Like, I don't see it. And look, maybe I'm being cynical. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm just watching the mainstream too much. So here we are. We're on Rate Your Music. Let's see who the people have decided. Who are the best rappers, best rap albums of 2024? JPEG Mafia. Now, I respect JPEG Mafia. You guys have seen me react to his music. But there's really no situation. Like if JPEG Mafia has the album of the year, according to thousands of people, there's a problem. JPEG Mafia is more of an experimental type. He's trying different things. He's not an album of the year type of guy, like where you would have Mac Miller Swimming in Circles album of the year. You would have Kendrick Lamar, Section 80 album of the year. JPEG Mafia is more experimenting and he's just trying shit. So the fact that JPEG Mafia has album of the year, even though this is not a bad album, it lets you know something. Even JPEG Mafia, he's no spring chicken. 35. Makami, Tyler, Joey Valance. I actually don't know them. So maybe I should take a look at this. The album cover makes me not want to listen. Ka. Like, man, these Elucid, these are the same people. Lupe, Arm & Hammer. This is Billy Woods and Alchemist, ain't it? Chief Keef in his 30s. Boldy James, been around forever. Common, older rapper. So y'all let me know, man. You know what? It's just when I see tweets like this, yo, you guys just don't want to dig. You just, bro, how far do you have to dig to find Makami and Ka? Like, they have been around. This is not 2015 and Mike, and where you're discovering these people in the fucking 18th page of Bandcamp. You just discovered Mike. This is not that. He's like, these are the biggest underground rappers. People are pretending, you just gotta dig. You just gotta dig. No, man. When people say hip hop is dead or is dying or is not doing as good, a part of it has to do with there hasn't been a new guard of new artists to come in any meaningful way since like 2012 or 2013. They haven't proved to have staying power. So the 40-year-old rappers are winning. People say, hip hop is a young man's sport. It's a young man's sport. No, it's not. The critical acclaim from the fans is telling you that it's not. And the sales and who's actually doing stadiums and selling out shows is telling you it's not. So, yo, the 40-year-old rappers, they're winning right now. Anyway, that's all I got for today. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Top5rapwebsite.com. Peace.